Much as drivers seek increased engine output, often turning to forced induction for substantial power gains. Yet, the critical choice between a turbocharger and a supercharger presents a complex engineering dilemma, extending far beyond mere peak horsepower figures. True understanding requires examining real-world operational implications, including long-term reliability challenges, often overlooked hidden costs, and specific practical application scenarios. Making an informed decision for your vehicle's power delivery, matched to your driving goals, is crucial, as this choice profoundly dictates the vehicle's entire operational character, maintenance profile, and ultimate driving experience. A turbocharger operates by precisely converting otherwise wasted exhaust gas energy into kinetic energy, which then actively compresses the intake air. Exhaust gases exit the engine at high velocity and temperature, spinning a turbine wheel. This turbine, rigidly connected by a shaft, drives a compressor wheel. As the compressor rotates, it draws in ambient air, rapidly pressurizes it, and forces this denser air into the engine's combustion chambers. This process fundamentally increases the mass of air-fuel mixture available per cycle, thereby allowing for significantly greater power output from a smaller displacement engine. The primary and most compelling advantage of turbochargers lies in their inherent efficiency. By effectively scavenging and utilizing exhaust energy that would otherwise be dissipated, they achieve substantial power gains with minimal direct parasitic drain on the engine's crankshaft. This sophisticated design permits impressive power-to-displacement ratios, enabling smaller engines to produce power comparable to much larger, naturally aspirated units. Furthermore, under light load or cruising conditions where boost is not actively engaged, modern turbocharged vehicles can exhibit superior fuel economy compared to naturally aspirated or supercharged counterparts, contributing to reduced operational costs. Despite their efficiency, turbochargers inherently introduce several operational challenges, notably turbo lag, a perceptible delay between throttle input and the engine reaching full boost pressure. This phenomenon occurs because the turbine mass requires finite time to accelerate to operational speed. Beyond lag, the extreme thermal loads generated by exhaust gases, often exceeding 900 degrees Celsius, impose considerable thermal and mechanical stress on the turbocharger's components. This necessitates highly robust cooling systems, precise oil management, and high-quality lubricants, adding complexity and potential points of systemic failure over the vehicle's lifespan. In stark contrast, a supercharger operates by drawing its mechanical power directly from the engine's crankshaft, typically via a robust belt drive system. This direct mechanical linkage continuously spins an internal impeller or a set of interlocking rotor assemblies, which then actively compresses the intake air and efficiently forces it into the engine's intake manifold. Crucially, unlike a turbocharger's reliance on exhaust flow, a supercharger is always engaged with the engine's rotation, thereby providing a consistent and immediate boost pressure directly proportional to the engine's current speed. The most significant and often preferred benefit of a supercharger is its instantaneous throttle response. Because it is mechanically linked to the engine, there is virtually no perceptible lag. Boost pressure becomes available immediately upon throttle application. This characteristic delivers a highly linear and predictable power delivery curve, often described as feeling naturally aspirated but with more power, which many drivers prefer for its immediate feel, consistent pull through the entire RPM range, and enhanced drivability. Furthermore, the inherent mechanical simplicity in its design, lacking exhaust-driven components, represents another advantage. However, the mechanical connection that grants a supercharger its immediacy also introduces a fundamental drawback: parasitic loss. A quantifiable portion of the engine's generated power is continuously consumed solely to drive the supercharger unit itself, directly reducing net engine efficiency compared to a turbocharger's waste energy recovery system. This constant parasitic draw can translate to higher fuel consumption, especially under conditions where boost is not strictly necessary. Moreover, the compression process inevitably generates additional heat within the intake charge, often necessitating dedicated intercooling systems to maintain air density and prevent engine knocking. Turbocharger reliability in the real world is frequently challenged by extremely high operating temperatures and constant, rapid thermal cycling. Exhaust gases can reach temperatures exceeding 900 degrees Celsius, placing immense thermal and mechanical strain on critical components such as bearings, seals, and the turbine housing. A compromised or insufficient oil supply, absolutely critical for both cooling and lubrication, is a common precursor to premature bearing failure. These severe operational demands underscore the necessity for strict adherence to maintenance schedules and exclusive use of specified, high-quality synthetic lubricants. Superchargers, while also generating heat, generally operate at lower overall component temperatures and endure less extreme thermal cycling compared to turbochargers. Their primary reliability considerations often revolve around the ancillary drive belt system, including the belt itself, tensioners, and pulleys, all were items necessitating periodic inspection and replacement. Internal supercharger components, such as bearings and rotor assemblies, are typically robust. However, if issues do arise, they can require specialized, sometimes costly, servicing. Significantly, superchargers are less susceptible to the critical oiling issues that often plague turbochargers. The hidden long-term costs associated with turbochargers often stem from their intricate oiling and cooling requirements. Frequent oil changes, typically mandating expensive full synthetic oils, are non-negotiable for longevity. Should a turbocharger unit fail, replacement costs can be substantial, often involving thousands of dollars for the part alone, plus significant labor. Furthermore, an oil-sealing turbo failure can lead to collateral damage, such as contaminating catalytic converters, resulting in even more expensive repairs. Diagnostic time for complex boost leaks or electronic wastegate control issues also contributes to potentially higher maintenance expenses over time. Superchargers typically incur long-term costs primarily related to their continuous parasitic draw, translating into consistently lower fuel economy under varying driving conditions compared to an equivalent turbocharged setup operating off-boost. While drive belt and pulley replacements are routine maintenance, their cost is generally minor. More significant, though less frequent, expenses might arise from clutch replacements in some designs or, rarely, internal bearing wear within the unit. However, major supercharger failures are often less common and potentially less catastrophic than turbocharger failures, which can quickly cascade into engine damage. Turbochargers are particularly well suited for vehicles where fuel efficiency and high power density from a compact engine are paramount. They excel in daily driving scenarios where the engine operates off-boost for much of the commute, conserving fuel. Their inherent ability to compensate for high altitude, by compressing thinner atmospheric air, also renders them an ideal choice for vehicles frequently operating in mountainous regions. For manufacturers and consumers seeking maximum horsepower and torque within a smaller engine footprint, often with an emphasis on thermodynamic efficiency, a turbocharger frequently provides the optimal engineering solution. Superchargers, conversely, are frequently the preferred choice in applications where immediate, linear, and predictable power delivery is absolutely paramount. This includes specialized uses such as drag racing, competitive track driving, or any situation demanding instant throttle response without perceptible delay. Traditional muscle cars and heavy-duty trucks often benefit immensely from the supercharger's characteristically predictable and robust torque curve, especially when tasks like towing heavy loads or requiring consistent low-end grunt are primary considerations. Drivers who prioritize a direct, visceral, and responsive feel from their powertrain, often over peak fuel efficiency, typically gravitate towards supercharger systems. The definitive choice between a turbocharger and a supercharger ultimately hinges on precise alignment with individual driving goals, specific vehicle usage, and an honest assessment of priorities. If fuel efficiency, impressive peak power from a smaller engine, and acceptance of a slight throttle response delay are acceptable trade-offs, then a turbocharger system is often the technically superior and more economically sensible option. Conversely, for drivers prioritizing instantaneous power delivery, a linear torque curve, and a simpler mechanical system with fewer complex thermal management considerations, a supercharger typically proves to be the more suitable and gratifying choice. Ultimately, it is critical to understand that neither forced induction system is universally better in an absolute sense. The optimal choice is entirely dependent upon the specific application, the driver's unique priorities, and a comprehensive understanding of the inherent engineering trade-offs involved. A thorough assessment encompassing real-world reliability expectations, potential long-term operational and maintenance costs, and the desired power delivery characteristics specifically for your particular vehicle type and primary driving environment is absolutely essential for making an informed decision that genuinely enhances your car's performance and ownership experience.